Kevin Durant's career and reputation might be on the verge of collapsing, and it all reportedly began on February 19, 2026. Sources claim that after a game between the Rockets and the Hornets, KD got into a heated confrontation with a fan who called him out about a secret part of his life. But that moment was only the beginning. What followed quickly spiraled into three shocking developments no one expected. Leaked KD files, a mysterious $90 million drone investment that somehow pulled him into an international controversy, and a strange 24-hour disappearance that even had the NBA sending people to check on him. Everyone already knows Kevin Durant has a history of arguing with fans on Twitter. It's practically a second sport for him at this point. But what happened after the Hornets game wasn't just another moment of KD being sensitive online. The Rockets had traveled to Charlotte to face the Hornets, and on the court Durant looked unstoppable. He dropped an effortless 35 points, shooting 14 for 20 from the field and reminding everyone why he's been considered a nearly unstoppable 7-foot scoring machine for almost 2 decades. Despite his incredible performance, the atmosphere inside the Spectrum Center was tense and hostile. The rumors about his alleged burner accounts had escaped the internet and made their way into the arena. Fans were ready for him. And if you're unfamiliar with the latest burner account controversy surrounding KD, don't worry, we'll get into that shortly. As the game ended with the Rockets securing a 105-101 victory, Durant began walking toward the tunnel like players normally do after the final buzzer. Usually this is the moment for jersey swaps or a calm exit from the court. But that night was different. According to people inside the arena, one fan, apparently fueled by everything circulating online, started shouting at Durant about the burner accounts. He called KD a coward and mocked him for allegedly hiding behind fake profiles to criticize his own teammates. Normally Durant might shrug something like that off with a smirk and keep walking. But this time things escalated quickly. KD suddenly stopped, turned around, and walked directly toward the fan, ignoring security as he stepped right into the man's personal space. The two were face to face, and the tension was so high that people nearby believed they were about to see a 15-time All-Star actually throw punches with a spectator. Arena security and Rockets staff rushed in and had to physically separate them, pushing Durant toward the locker room. Even as they pulled him away, he kept trying to respond, clearly furious. Then the fan shouted something that made the moment even more intense. "Yeah, run away like a little boy, just like you do with your burner accounts." At that point, Durant's expression reportedly changed. The anger faded, replaced by something closer to frustration, or even exposure. It looked like a man who realized the rumors surrounding him were no longer confined to social media. What makes this situation even more interesting is that just a few days before that game, Durant had already tried to dismiss the accusations. During a press interview, Houston Chronicle reporter Varun Shankar asked him directly about the alleged burner accounts and leaked messages. Durant responded firmly, attempting to shut down the rumors once and for all. But his answer only raised more questions.
I know you gotta ask these questions, but I'm not here to get into Twitter nonsense.
But if you look closely at his body language, something feels off. Normally when KD is calm, he's relaxed and dismissive, almost bored by the question. In this clip though, he looks different. He's fidgeting. His eyes keep shifting toward the exit. It's the kind of nervous movement people make when they know they've been caught in a lie but can't afford to admit it. And if you think this was just a one-time heat-of-the-moment reaction, you'd be mistaken. This tension had been building for weeks. Go back to the Detroit game on January 23rd. The Rockets were playing the Pistons and we saw the same strange defensive energy from KD. During that game, a fan sitting courtside reportedly said something to him, and Durant completely lost his cool. According to rumors, that fan also mentioned the burner accounts. Which raises an obvious question. If KD is truly innocent, why does he react so aggressively whenever the topic comes up? Why would a player with 2 championship rings, an MVP trophy, and more money than most people could imagine care what a random fan says? The answer might be that fans aren't just guessing anymore. They're hitting a nerve. They believe they've uncovered the secret online life he's been living on X. And the truth is, the story goes much deeper than most people realize. While the fans inside the arena were only hoping to capture a viral moment for TikTok, a much bigger and darker digital trail had been quietly unfolding for weeks. Earlier this year, the entire situation exploded when a random user on X released what people started calling the KD files. This wasn't just a typical leak from a hater. It looked coordinated, almost like a digital ambush. And somehow, it all started with something as random as a debate about drones. Durant reportedly owns a $90 million stake in a drone company called Skill. Normally that kind of investment is just another wealthy athlete business move that nobody pays much attention to. But things changed when fans began criticizing the company for allegedly supplying surveillance drones to the IDF. KD responded the way many people expected. He jumped onto his main X account to defend himself. But what made the situation strange was what happened next. Almost immediately after KD posted, a burner account called Geiger77 appeared in the replies. The account defended Durant with the same aggressive tone and oddly detailed financial explanations. The timing was so precise that it looked almost scripted. That was the opening another user, BasedFrog23, had been waiting for. This person claimed to have screenshots from private group chats connected to the burner account. And the moment KD's main account went silent, the so-called KD files were released. The evidence people pointed to was almost embarrassingly obvious. On Durant's actual birthday, users started trolling the burner account by tweeting things like, "Happy birthday, bro." The account began liking those tweets. Not just one or two, it kept liking them for several minutes before suddenly unliking everything as if someone realized the mistake too late. People online couldn't believe it. Here was a billionaire superstar getting caught in the simplest social media trap imaginable. But that wasn't even the most bizarre moment. Fans started bringing up what they called the owl incident. Back in 2021, KD posted a very specific high-resolution owl photo on his main Twitter account. Just 2 hours later, the burner account changed its header to the exact same image. Same crop, same lighting, same everything. Unless there's some secret club of 7-foot NBA superstars obsessed with that exact owl picture, people felt the connection was obvious. And when users checked the account's following list, things got even stranger. Every single person followed by the burner account was also followed by KD's verified profile. To many observers, it looked like he was practically inviting people to connect the dots. The sloppy mistakes were entertaining. But the real controversy was in the content of the leaked messages. One of the biggest shocks involved what the account allegedly said about Russell Westbrook. The messages reportedly mocked him as a triple-double bear, referencing his chaotic playing style and suggesting KD believed it hurt teams more than it helped. Then there were comments about Stephen Curry, calling him that light-skinned guy who can't lead a team without a 7-footer. Imagine discovering that a former teammate might have been criticizing you anonymously online. But things became even more uncomfortable when the leaks supposedly mentioned Durant's current teammates. One message reportedly targeted Jabari Smith Jr., criticizing his performance and using offensive language while complaining that he was holding KD back from another MVP run. For a 20-year-old player who grew up idolizing Durant, that kind of criticism, if real, would be brutal. The leaks didn't stop there. The messages also took shots at KD's former Phoenix coaching staff, including Devin Booker, comparing their leadership style to authoritarian figures. All of it left fans asking the same question. How does someone with this much success still seem so angry at the people around him? Durant has championships, an MVP award, and one of the greatest scoring careers in basketball history. Yet somehow he still ends up arguing with strangers online, like he's constantly trying to prove something. But this story didn't stay a simple internet drama. After the confrontation with the fan, something changed almost instantly. KD didn't just stop tweeting, he completely disappeared. And for someone known for constantly being online, that kind of silence was alarming. The rumors grew so quickly that sources claimed the National Basketball Association even sent a team to check on him. A literal wellness check. Think about that for a second. One of the greatest players in the world suddenly goes quiet, and the league itself feels the need to make sure he's okay. From there, the speculation exploded. Some people believed Durant was experiencing a serious mental health moment after the pressure finally caught up to him. Others thought something more strategic was happening, that he was meeting with lawyers, trying to figure out whether the leaked messages and the drone controversy could destroy his reputation. Commissioner Adam Silver and the Rockets organization stayed completely silent, which only made the situation look more suspicious. When the league refuses to even release a simple "he's taking personal time" statement, people start assuming the worst. And if you think the disappearance was the end of the drama, you'd be wrong. Because while Durant was staying quiet, the rest of the league was already forming opinions. Normally when a superstar faces controversy, other players rally around him. There's an unwritten rule about protecting your own. But this time the tone was different. The moment Draymond Green talked about the situation on his podcast, the entire narrative shifted. Draymond didn't hold back. He suggested that if someone accused him of secretly trashing his teammates, he would be shouting from the rooftops to prove it wasn't true. Instead, he said KD's quiet, nervous non-denial only made him look more guilty. Draymond even joked that walking into the Rockets' locker room right now probably feels like a Key and Peele sketch. Imagine the awkwardness. KD trying to give Jabari Smith Jr. a casual high five while everyone in the room knows there's a screenshot floating around of him allegedly insulting the kid behind a burner account. That kind of situation is a nightmare for team chemistry. Then you have Bill Simmons, who is looking at the whole situation from a completely different angle. He's basically treating it like a psychological case study. Simmons floated a theory that Kevin Durant might actually be addicted to the digital dopamine that comes from social media arguments. According to his take, KD has spent so much time immersed in internet culture that arguing with random accounts online gives him a real rush. At that point, it's not even about basketball anymore, it's about validation. He wants to see people online saying he's better than Stephen Curry or praising him in ways that boost his ego. And if he can't say certain things from his main account without looking insecure, then the theory goes that he might create alternate accounts just to keep those conversations going. But not everyone is buying the accusations. One of the few voices defending Durant is Gilbert Arenas. On his show, Arenas pushed back hard against the narrative. He even suggested the entire scandal might be some kind of elaborate setup against KD. His argument is simple: the evidence looks almost too perfect. Arenas believes it doesn't make sense that someone as famous and experienced online as Durant would make such obvious mistakes, like using the exact same header image on both a burner account and his main profile. According to him, that kind of sloppy error would be unbelievably careless, which is why he thinks someone might have staged the whole thing.
Things come up about me, or I like to address either it's me or it's not me. And I personally just don't think that this is something that you can just allow people to decide what they want to decide, because it involves so many other people.
Gilbert Arenas has been one of the loudest voices defending Kevin Durant. On his show, he argued that the entire situation is being blown way out of proportion and that people are just looking for a reason to tear down a legend. But even while he was making that argument, his own co-hosts didn't exactly look convinced. Meanwhile, the tension surrounding the Houston Rockets is reaching a breaking point. The team is currently sitting near the top of the Western Conference, and this season was supposed to be their clear title or bust run. Now their biggest storyline isn't basketball, it's controversy. Head coach Ime Udoka, who is known for having almost zero tolerance for distractions, suddenly has to manage a locker room where the franchise star is allegedly criticizing the team's young core behind anonymous accounts. Every time the Rockets lose a game now, the cameras aren't focused on the scoreboard anymore. Instead, they cut straight to the bench, watching closely to see whether Durant and Jabari Smith Jr. are even acknowledging each other. The reason so many people are quick to believe these latest leaks is because the situation feels strangely familiar. It's like a sequel to a movie fans have already seen before. To really understand this 2026 meltdown, you have to look back at the blueprint. The moment that first changed how people viewed NBA superstars online. That moment takes us back to 2017. At the time, Durant was at the absolute peak of his career. Playing for the Golden State Warriors, he had just captured his first championship and won NBA Finals MVP. On paper, everything was perfect. But the internet told a different story. Fans were still calling him a snake and mocking him for leaving the Oklahoma City Thunder to join a powerhouse team. Most players with a championship ring and Finals MVP would have ignored the noise and gone on vacation. But KD wasn't built like that. Instead of stepping away from the criticism, he went straight into the trenches of the internet. And that's where the burner account saga really began.
The nigga who leaked it is the person behind it. If you look at these tweets and you look at how Kevin Durant texts this, it's not the same person. I'll be who says out.
It all started with what looked like a simple reply to a random critic on Twitter. But Durant made a crucial mistake. He replied from the wrong account. Instead of using a burner profile, he posted from his verified account. In the tweet, Kevin Durant criticized his former team, saying he didn't enjoy the organization or playing under coach Billy Donovan. He also claimed the roster around him wasn't good enough, arguing that during his time there it was basically just him and Russell Westbrook carrying the team. Then came the line that instantly turned into a legendary internet meme: KD can't win a championship with those cats. The problem was that Durant clearly believed he was tweeting from a burner account when he wrote it. What made the situation even more bizarre was the way he tried to explain it afterward. Instead of admitting he had anonymous accounts, Durant downplayed the whole thing. He called the tweets childish and idiotic, claiming he was simply engaging with fans online. But he never fully acknowledged that he had been using burner accounts in the first place. He tried to frame it as harmless passion, just a basketball fan who got a little too involved in online debates. But by that point, the damage had already been done. From that moment forward, the sensitive superstar label stuck to him. What had once been a running joke slowly became part of his public identity. The fallout changed how many fans viewed his success. Suddenly, every positive comment about Durant online started to feel suspicious, as if it might be coming from another hidden account. The controversy followed him everywhere, from the Golden State Warriors to the Brooklyn Nets, and later to the Phoenix Suns. At this point, many people see Durant's legacy as a mix of incredible talent and constant controversy. For over a decade, he's been one of the most polarizing superstars in sports. A lot of that tension goes back to his departure from the Oklahoma City Thunder. After the Thunder blew a 3-1 playoff lead to the Warriors, Durant shocked the league by signing with the very team that had just eliminated him. The backlash was enormous, comparable to the public reaction when LeBron James announced the decision in 2010. But while LeBron's move was framed as a power play, Durant's decision felt different to many fans. Critics saw it as surrender, joining the team that had just beaten him rather than trying to beat them himself. And the pattern didn't stop there. Durant eventually left Golden State when things became uncomfortable and joined the Brooklyn Nets, forming a superstar trio with Kyrie Irving and James Harden. What was supposed to be a dynasty quickly turned into one of the most disappointing super teams the league had ever seen. After that, trade requests seemed to become a routine part of his career. First the move to the Phoenix Suns, and later the surprising deal that sent him to the Houston Rockets in 2025. By then, fans felt like they already understood the pattern. Durant joins a team, the situation becomes tense, and eventually the locker room explodes on his way out. But the social media behavior goes deeper than just a casual hobby. As Bill Simmons argued, it might actually be an addiction. There's even a moment from NBA All-Star Weekend that perfectly captured the issue. While the rest of the league's biggest stars were joking around and enjoying the event, Durant looked completely isolated. A viral clip showed him sitting alone, hunched over with his back curved forward, staring intensely at his phone like nothing else around him existed. Ironically, Durant himself once hinted at this obsession during a post-game interview. When asked whether he preferred playing video games or scrolling through Twitter, his answer caught everyone's attention. And it only added another chapter to the strange relationship between one of basketball's greatest players and the internet.
I'm gonna go Twitter, because they don't deserve to hear this God level like talk I'm giving to them.
Just think about the kind of ego it takes to describe your own toxic tweets as God level talk. At times, it almost feels like basketball is Kevin Durant's side job and his real profession is being a full-time Twitter personality. And if you go back through NBA history, Durant isn't even the first person to get caught in a burner account controversy. If we're being honest, the original gold standard for that kind of scandal still belongs to Brian Colangelo and the infamous Colangelo burner account scandal from 2018. At the time, Colangelo, who was president of the Philadelphia 76ers, was exposed for allegedly running multiple burner accounts on Twitter. Those accounts reportedly criticized players like Joel Embiid, mocked his conditioning, and even shared confidential medical information in an apparent attempt to protect Colangelo's own reputation. That incident set the benchmark for how messy a burner account scandal could get. But the reason Durant's situation feels even bigger is simple. Colangelo was an executive. He wore a suit. KD, on the other hand, is widely considered one of the greatest players in basketball history. When someone with that level of talent and accomplishment gets pulled into something this chaotic, it changes how fans see the entire sport. It forces people to confront the psychological side of greatness. Because why would a 15-time All-Star feel the need to hide behind anonymous accounts just to criticize teammates or argue with strangers? Some people think the answer is loneliness. In earlier eras, legends like Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, and Michael Jordan handled rivalries differently. They talked trash face-to-face on the court, settled things in the game, showered after the final buzzer, and went home. They didn't need validation from strangers online at 3 in the morning. But the modern era is different. Today's superstars are constantly aware of how their legacy is being judged in real time. Every tweet, every highlight, every criticism becomes part of an endless online debate. And that level of constant scrutiny can create a kind of insecurity we've rarely seen before. In that sense, Durant almost feels like a symbol of the modern athlete. A player who wants to be a normal person with normal opinions, but whose fame makes that impossible. He wants the freedom to argue, complain, and speak his mind like anyone else online. But because he's one of the most famous athletes in the world, every word carries consequences. And for some critics, this entire scandal feels like confirmation of what they believed back when Durant joined the Golden State Warriors in 2016. They argue that despite the championships and MVP-level performances, he's still chasing a version of himself that never quite materializes. At this point, the pressure isn't just closing in on Durant. It's starting to raise bigger questions about the league itself. Because if one of the greatest pure scorers the game has ever seen still seems this restless and unhappy, it makes you wonder what that says about the rest of the National Basketball Association.